What is up, YouTube? With all the Xbox rumors going around right now, we're going to talk about what I think is going to happen and look over kind of what's going to be going on. Now, Thursday, there's supposed to be a huge announcement from Microsoft, and maybe some of these rumors will be put to rest. But right now, I want to pull up this article, and we're going to kind of look into it. And like I said, we're going to try and make some predictions on what's going to happen. So this article is coming to you from... I can't pronounce that, but let's see here. So yeah, right off the bat, over a week, swirling rumors. Now, a lot of you know there's been announcements that Xbox might be out of the console gaming. They might be focusing all on games themselves. Maybe Game Pass and stuff's gonna be going to the PS5, going to this, the Nintendo, going to Nintendo and everything. It's gonna be crazy what we expect to be going on, but this Thursday, I think, let's see here. Yeah, the 15th. So on February 15th, we're going to be seeing these. Hopefully, Phil Spencer's going to be telling us what's going on. So the Xbox Twitter account posted today that would be releasing a special edition of the official Xbox podcast on Thursday, February 15th at 3 p.m. Eastern. This episode will be hosted by Phil Spencer himself. And we're going to have the president, Sarah Bond, and Matt Booty, which is head of the game studios. This comes after Phil Spencer said last week the company would be holding some kind of business update event that would emulate our vision for the future of Xbox. Now, a lot of us are speculating, like I said, that we're predicting that maybe Xbox is going to finally announce they might not be making any more consoles. They could be going on the run to open up their exclusives that they recently purchased. Now, a lot of they bought a lot of companies recently, and we all thought that this was a good thing. We thought this was going to bring Xbox back into the game. They were going to get the exclusives. They were going to get some of the crazy awesome titles like Bethesda. They're going to get the Elder Scrolls. They're going to get the Fallouts. They're going to get all that. Wild, because I believe obviously Sony and Nintendo have very good exclusives. Nintendo with all the Mario and Zelda games, and then Sony's got like Spider-Man, God of War, and stuff like that. Microsoft was actually kind of behind, and I felt like all they really had was Halo. So this should be, one would expect good news to be shared as wildly as possible. A podcast does not instill the kind of confidence in being good news, though. We would expect for a huge news that you'd do some kind of announcement, a live video or anything like that. What else did I want? I thought there was something else I wanted to look into here. But yeah, it's worth noting that the air date for the podcast is a few hours. Oh yeah, here it is. After the usual time of the Nintendo Direct airs. So the Nintendo Direct is usually when Nintendo starts announcing stuff and they show off some of their stuff that's coming out. So this is going to be after the Nintendo Direct. So if one is indeed announced, it would lead credence to the rumor that Xbox games, such as the previously rumored Hi-Fi Rush, will be released on the Switch. If Nintendo Direct does reveal the Hi-Fi Rush game or any other games previously exclusive to the Microsoft's platforms, we're gonna start seeing what we believe is true. Essentially, what this is coming down to is we're expecting Xbox to announce that all these exclusives are going to be open to other consoles. Now, like a huge one that was announced not announced, I should say, rumored, was that PS5 was going to be getting Starfield and stuff. Now, I was freaking excited for this because honestly, I have been wanting to play Starfield so bad, and I don't have an Xbox Series X. I just have, the PS5. But we're going to see what's going on. Now, I want to know what you guys think is going to happen. Just pulling this up right now. Indiana Jones, Starfield 5, PS5 reports suggest a major Xbox pivot. Now, we pulled this up. So, a number of leaks happened over the weekend that seem to have big implications for Microsoft Xbox planning to move forward. Reports from The Verge, Xbox Air claimed that the two major Bethesda releases, Indiana Jones and Starfield, could be coming to the PS5, adding to a pile of Xbox multiplatform rumors that have been piling up over the past few months. This could be crazy, guys. I don't know. We could just be all speculating. We could all be just feeding into the rumors and making these videos and talking about this stuff, and it could just flat out be, you know, done with. Now, people are like I said, they're expecting Xbox to be done. I know, like, a big thing that I'm thinking of is Xbox isn't going anywhere, but that we might do some name changes. Now, one big thing was Xbox Game Pass has always been called Xbox Game Pass, but recently some images and stuff that popped up that said Microsoft Game Pass. So that's just, you know, people's thinking that maybe they're gonna stop focusing on the console game, and like I said, start bringing Game Pass, that being the focus, turning into a company kind of like Sega, where they stop with the hardware and focus more on the software. Now, could this be bad or good? Obviously, if you're an Xbox fanboy, this is not going to be a good idea. Or, you know, obviously you're not going to enjoy this. But what I think what's going to happen is they might get rid of making more Xbox consoles themselves. But I could see something down the road of almost similar to like an Amazon Fire Stick or a Roku Stick or whatever, where you'll get your Microsoft Stick, we'll just call it, plug it into your TV or whatever, and it'll be similar to how Stadia was. I've said in the past that I think Stadia was a little ahead of its time. It was kind of like the Dreamcast, where it was putting online and doing all this cool stuff and streaming and everything. You were streaming games directly to your TV. I think it was ahead of its time because people are going to be like, sooner or later, like we're seeing it now, especially with PlayStation Network. Now, when I had the one good membership that I paid a little bit extra for, I could stream PS2, PS3 games directly to my PS5, and depending on my internet connection, it worked amazingly. Like, I was playing Azura's Wrath, which I've always wanted to play. I just never had the money to buy it because it's super expensive. But I have a feeling that's what's going to be happening down the road with Game Pass. We're going to have something like that either from some kind of stick like that, or you're just going to simply have the app itself on your smart TV. You're going to be able to sync up, hook up a controller to your TV, and just play Game Pass that way. That way, too, Microsoft can also focus on that, as well as making Game Pass, you know, available on PC. I mean, it's already available on PC, but they can focus more in on that, guys. But that's what, you know, that's what I'm speculating. I think that Xbox might start to go to Sega route, because as a lot of you know that Sega, I recently watched the Console Wars documentary, and Sega struggled in the eastern side of the world. And the western side, in America and stuff, they did very good, I think. They just kind of got behind on the consoles, and they really couldn't put anything else out, and they just kind of fizzled away. But I feel that that's the same thing with Xbox. Xbox is really huge in the western part of the world, but the eastern part of the world it is not. Sony and Nintendo especially is very popular on the eastern side. So I think that, you know, down the road, maybe Xbox is going to just be Microsoft. You know, they're going to fizzle out, and we're just going to see, you know, we're just going to see some kind of subscription service with Game Pass, where instead of spending the money making the hardware, we're going to end up seeing them focus more on the software and getting like a subscription service like Netflix and stuff going, but for games. So I don't know in the comments below what you guys think about this. Do you think that, you know, all this is just freaking rumors spreading around? Phil Spencer's going to come on and say nothing crazy. It's just going to be a normal podcast, and he's just going to say that, hey, yeah, we're going to have some games coming to the PS5. I know that when consoles buy exclusive studios, they sometimes like to hold it onto the console, but we do see some companies that, you know, will obviously branch out and get to the other platforms. I could see Xbox also announcing that they are just going to be sharing Bethesda's games with the rest of the consoles, so that way it's just not, you know, exclusively on the Xbox, and that way they can make more money in the end, because obviously if you can sell it on to other consoles, you'll be making money for selling it that way, and that could be something else that they do. So I want to know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know what you guys are thinking on this. And yeah, do you think Xbox is the next Sega? As always, stay retro, my friends, and I will see you in the next video.